People are very important and people are very valuable. I don't think anybody would argue with that fact, but it's really important as leaders to understand that people are important and valuable. Walt Disney, when he was building Disneyland back in the early 50s, said this about people. He said, you could build the most wonderful and beautiful place in the world, but it takes people to make it a reality. So people are important and valuable. But also, leadership is nothing without people. There's an old saying that, what do you call a leader that has no followers? And the people come back, well, it's just a dude out taking a walk. And the key thing here is to understand that leadership is all about people. And understanding that about leadership, it's important to understand the proper definition. Leadership is not just a position or a title. It's the idea that you're stewarding your God-given gifts, your abilities, your opportunities, but you're influencing. You're letting other people influence you. You are influencing them, and you're serving others. So leadership is stewardship, influence, and service. So you might be asking, like, how in the world can I be resolute? How can I have this process of purposeful action when people are around? Because people change. People have different attitudes. People have different mindsets. People have different feelings. Well, I believe it's the skill of empathy. And I believe that empathy is, one, being aware, number two, seeking to understand, and number three, experiencing life with others. Now, when you look at the idea of empathy, a lot of people think sympathy, well, I got to have compassion on these people. That's not what empathy is about. It's about being aware. So let's start there, being aware of yourself. So for me, how do I respond? How do I think? How do I feel? What are my blind spots? How do my words and my actions influence others? How do they direct what other people do? It's important that I understand that before I can start leading others. But then I go into, how am I aware of what others think? How they feel? How they respond? How do my words and my actions again affect them? And then when I look at that, I also got to look at my awareness of the current situation. Because 2 years ago, there was no COVID-19. Now there's COVID-19. The situation is different. My empathy needs to be different. I need to understand things not only based upon my own awareness and the awareness of others, but the awareness of the current situation. So I've got to be aware, number one, to have empathy. Number two, I need to seek to understand. There's an old saying, people could care less about what you know until they know that you care. So the whole idea is, do I seek to understand? And there's a biblical basis of this too. It's in the Bible several times that we're supposed to be slow to speak and quick to listen. I think that's really important to understand. As an empathetic, resolute leader, you need to be able to listen and listen well. And that's not just with your ears, but it's with your eyes. It's with your entire body. It's with your mind. You're wrestling with things. You're listening. You're listening so that you can learn. In seeking to understand, it's not just enough to listen to somebody, but it's to learn. I need to learn what they're all about. I need to learn their passions. I need to learn their responses and how do they think about situations and feel so I can lead them. No, it doesn't mean that we lead by consensus and every time that we come in and we go, which way is the wind blowing today with people? No, but it's important that I understand them, that when I have to make a hard decision or I've got to lead them in a different direction, I can understand how they're going to respond to that. So not only do I listen and I learn, then I act. And that's when I start to take the listening that I've done, the learning that I've done, and now I'm going to act. But guess what? It's not over then. It repeats itself. Always listening, always learning, always acting. So number one, it starts with being aware of yourself, others, your current situation. Then it goes to seeking to understand, which is to listen, to learn, and then to act. And then it goes about experiencing life together. You and I were created in the image of God. We were created in the Imago Dei. We were created to be relational. But a lot of times we don't try to experience life together. And that requires imagination and creativity. So for me as a leader, when I'm in a situation and I've taken the time to be aware of my own pitfalls and my own understandings and of others in the current situation, and I've sought to understand, I've listened, I've learned, and I've acted, now I've got to have the imagination to look at an individual and go, oh, I wonder if they would really enjoy this experience. Or I don't really know a lot about this experience, so I'm going to bring in this person because they're better at this than me. That's what it means to experiencing life together. It takes imagination, it takes creativity. And so when you really want to have empathy, if you're going to be resolute, if you're going to have purposeful action, that process of purposeful action, it's all about the people, because remember, people are important and valuable, and leadership is nothing without people. So you need to be aware. You need to seek to understand. And then you need to experience life with others. If you can do this, you will be more resolute in your actions, but also you will grow deeper in your understanding of the world because you're learning the world from other people. You will grow deeper in your experiences because you're experiencing things with other people. Resolute leaders are firm, but resolute leaders understand it takes people to make any dream a reality. Be resolute. Be empathetic. Lead.